Hello, everyone. My name is Krish Gupta. I am currently a sophomore computer science student at the Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Today, I'm going to be showing off a demo of the software engineering project that I worked on for C-term for the last 7 weeks. So for my software engineering course, I worked with a team of 11 people, including myself. I was one of the team leads, and we worked towards creating an app for the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. So this app includes maps, nodes, data, and essentially should be used as almost like a kiosk or a web app for the hospital. It includes a lot of pathfinding and navigation for people if they were to be in the hospital and they needed some kind of map. And it also includes a lot of admin functionality. So I'm going to demo all of that in a second. So now, when we come here to the first page, I'm going to refresh it and it gives us a little animation, which is kind of nice. So it gives us the ability to choose between guest or admin. So to show off the admin functionality, I'm going to choose admin. And you can also choose to log in with Google or create your own account. So I'm going to just log in with my credentials for now with the SoftEng TeamD login. So it initially brings you right here to the map page. So this map gives you the map of the lower second floor, the lower first floor, the first floor, second floor, and third floor. And it includes nodes of all of the locations around the hospital. So you have, let's say on the third floor, where we have a department center for infertility and reproductive surgery. There's the, let's see right here. Oh, yeah. There's the elevators. We have another elevator here, stairs, and then we have another department. And then we have all kinds of rooms and nodes all over the map. And they all have their own icons as well. And we have a legend here telling us exactly what each of these icons mean. So to show off a little bit of what we have for pathfinding, we have basic pathfinding around here on the map. So we can click on this node, we can click on another node, and it will give us a path. So as of right now, we are using A star, and we have 4 separate pathfinding methods that we can switch between. So we have A star, BFS, DFS, which is going to give us the most inefficient route in this case, and then Dijkstra's search algorithm. And we can do this navigation between floors as well. So let's say we were over here on the first floor, lower first floor, and we want to go to right here, the nursing room on the third floor. So we put in both of the nodes and it tells us exactly how to get there. So right now it's using Dijkstra's algorithm. So back here, it tells us to go down to the exit and then take the elevator up to the elevator. You can go down to the nursing room and then you can see the path displayed. And what's really cool is that we have this path done, right? We can click directly on the pop-up to go straight to the other floor. So it also groups the navigation by floors as well. And also there is accessibility. There's an accessibility option and a navigation option. So the navigation option basically adds a bit of text to kind of show us a little bit, give us a bit more clear directions as well. So we also have the ability to change a lot of the stuff on the map. So we have a lot of options over here. So as right now, nodes are turned on. If I turn this off and we just zoom in, we can see, we can turn on edges and see all the edges between the nodes, the path. We can turn off nodes, turn them back on. We can see halls, and there's going to be hall nodes all around the map as well. We can turn them off. We can see the names as well, turn them off. And then we also have a heat map, which shows basically how much congestion there is. And then if we use the path searching, the path searching algorithms is actually going to give us a path that has less congestion. So green means less congestion. I guess the hotter the color, red, orange, the higher the congestion. And then we also have a 3D map. So if I go in here, turn off heat map, and let's say click on two nodes, between those two nodes, we have it set to Dijkstra's. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna go A star is gonna give the same path for now. And let's say 3D, and we have a 3D map as well. So this map also comes with a legend and an animation. We can turn off the animation, we can turn it on. But where this really shines is when we select between two floors. So if we pull this up again, and then we have this one selected, and then we say select something on the third floor, we have this. Okay, this is on the second floor, but yeah, we have an elevator animation as well. So between the two floors. And if we were to choose something on the actual third floor, so this is on floor 3, we have another elevator animation. So right now it's using A star, so it's giving us a very what's it called? The shortest path, right? The best path, because it uses the heuristic. But that's why it's using the elevator. But if we were to change this to a different pathfinding method, so let's say BFS is still going to give us the elevator, right? It's still giving us a pretty good path. And then let's say DFS, then we get something a bit kind of crazy, a bit more interesting. So DFS in this case is giving us one of the worst paths we can possibly take, right? Because it takes something that could be quite simple, just taking one elevator. Instead, it's taking us all around because the algorithm in this case is very, very inefficient. In most cases, it usually is very inefficient. So it's essentially taking you all around the hospital and then to all 5 floors and taking you through all kinds of elevators and is eventually gonna get you there. But it is very inefficient. You can see the full path over here as well, but it is fully animated over here. And if the elevators are too much for the animation, you can always turn them off, and then it gives you a bit more of a clearer path. But obviously DFS is giving a very messy path regardless. So, but visually it's very interesting to see. But obviously with the better pathfinding methods, you just get a very clean and very easy to follow path in 3D. And that is it for that part. But another thing that we can do is I'm going to turn off 3D. And what's interesting is all of these nodes show information, and they also show service request information. So if we click on something like this, on this node over here, it said there's 4 service requests for it. So if we go over here on the info tab, we can see information about the node. So we got a little image that you usually see when you're hovering over it. And you also get to see all the service requests assigned to it as well, which is very nice. You know, it makes it easy for, let's say, a hospital worker, employee, or admin, if they need to know what's kind of going on at a certain node, you can see it very easily like this. So that is it for the map page. So I'm going to move on to some of the other functionality that we have. So we have a service request page, which is very important. So service requests are very important for the hospital, right? Because you can have religious service requests, cleaning service requests, flower requests, internal export, external transportation, and language translation. So if you click on any of these pop-up cards, it will bring up a little form that you can fill out. So let's say I want to fill out James is a patient, and he is in where is he? He is going to be let's see, maybe he's over here, conference 003L1, right? And then clean request, deep cleaning request is an emergency, right? Submit it, it's going to be sent over, and then we can see it in the service log. And these are just the forms for the rest of the service requests as well. So if we go to the service log, the admin would be able to see all the service requests that are there and see all the information about them. And they can also assign and set the status and then assign certain people. So let's say we want to assign this request. Oh, well, it's already assigned, but let's say we want to reassign them to Will S. And let's say Will S actually finished it, right? It's completed. So that gets into the database and it is saved. We can also filter. So we want to filter by Will S. Both of these should still show up right here, and they're still there. If you want to filter by somebody else, it's going to disappear. And then you can do the same thing here. If you want to filter by completed, you should only have those two, and you only have those two. So I sent out a cleaning request. As you can see, it's right here. I sent out a couple previously as well. So let's say we want to look at the statistics for all of these requests. So yeah, so if you go on here, you can see the statistics page. So you have this pie chart showing all the service requests, the different types and the amount. So we have 5 for cleaning, 1 for external, and so on. And if you want to filter, you can filter by internal, language, and so on. And you'll only see those service requests as well. And then we have the employee statistics. So the employee statistics show all the employees and the number of service requests they are assigned to. So we have all of these employees and these assignments. And then we have the totals for the statuses as well. So that's it for the service log and requests. Now if we go to the data manager, so here we can basically have access to all the employees. We can create employees, update them, delete them, and then we can also take a look at the node and edge data that we saw on the map. So one major feature that we have is the fact that you can populate the edge, node, and employee data all at the same time using this. So you can just click on here, and then you can populate all 3 at the same time, select all 3 files, and it will be able to decipher them and populate all 3. As of right now, they're all populated, so we're not going to do that, but we can export all 3 as well. As you can see here, they're all exported. And then we can create, delete, and update. So let's just create one person over here. So we can create, let's see, John, or actually, I believe we already have a John. We can create a Darren, Darren M, and then let's see, Darren, and then I'll say Mac, and then Darren at gmail.com, right? We create it, and then once we refresh, we can see right here, Darren is now in our database, and we can update the employee, and we can also delete. So let's say now we want to delete Darren. We have to select their username, so we need to type in their username, Darren M, and then delete, and Darren is now gone. So that is that for the oh, we can also update as well. So for, let's say, for John S, his name is Joey Smith. However, it says John, so we can change that, right? Oh no, actually, so it's based on username. So we actually cannot change the username in this case. But we can change the rest of it. So let's say John S. And then we have the first name would be John, and then last name Smith, and then it would be John Smith at Gmail. Look at that, pops up. Oh, at Gmail, and we can update it, and hopefully we refresh, and it should be changed. John Smith. Voila. And we also have this here, so you can export the employee data or drag and drop over here specifically, instead of just going through dropping all 3. So we go to node data. We have all of our node data here for the hospital, and you can drag and drop the node data here. You can export it as well. Same thing for the edge data. You can see all of it, drag and drop, export. So that's it for that part of the functionality. Now we also have a couple more things. So we have a fully working dark mode. So if we go to the map, the whole map changes to dark mode. And this works on all of our pages. So and all the hover icons, everything switches to dark mode. And then you can also see it here. I think it looks especially cool over here, the dark mode. So there is that. And then we also implemented GPT API. So using the ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo, we implemented a little chatbot assistant, the B&G Hospital Assistant right here. And you can essentially ask it anything that you would ChatGPT, should be able to answer the same way ChatGPT does. So let's say I am feeling ill, today. What should I do? And send it off. And then it also keeps a history of everything that you sent, everything that it sends. So it's able to answer as well as saying, oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. So on, drink water, get rest, so on. And then you can ask other things like where, or like, what tea is good for cough? You know, something like that. And then you can continue your conversation as you go. Yeah. And it's saying honey tea is great. Awesome. So yeah, that is it for our major features. The guest version of the site has, oh, it's still logging me in. There we go. Let's see. Yes. Okay. The guest version of these sites has less authority. So there are some restrictions. So the guest can only access the map, the service request, and then the about page. So let me show you guys the about page as well. So the about page takes you here. This is actually a carousel, so you can move it. Take a look at all these great images. It's interactive. We also have a little animated scroll bar as well. And then this is a carousel of our team. So as we continue on, and then we have the tech stack. So yeah, and then we have a full gallery of our team. And that is kind of about it. A major thank you to the Brigham and Women's Hospital and Andrew Shen, the representative that allowed this to happen. And this was a phenomenal learning experience. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much.